Right, so as it's carnival season, we have people here, right? We have people here. We have folks. What are we doing? We introducing people to folks? Is that introduction or reintroduction? I don't know.
Wait, no, wait, a little bit to everything.
I want to see if people can tell the voice.
What?
You feel?
No, man.
I don't know, different vibes. Let me see.
You feel they make out the voice?
I doubt it.
What do you think? You think they make out the face? We had to tell them what it is, you know. So if people don't know the voice and they can't see the face.
Sister run, I come. Sister run, but sister run, I come. Sister run, you see the sister run, I come. Sister run, I come.
Listen, I'm on top of the rhythm, listen, I'm on top of the version. Another black is your dick, come on. Give it all black as I am, and I am where I wanna be. If you think I'm moving too fast and get your ass, I'm in front of me. Now kicking the very side this, kicking the very side that. Roughing up my vocals to a shot track. It's like this, it's like that, y'all. I'm having a damn ball. Couldn't get me to stop now with a round of applause. I don't give a damn, I deal with the facts. So while I'm kicking the fucking the race, all the brothers, I got my back, cause I'm a sister who can sink into a song, get down. Like the funky James Brown, my song. It's not one you can't sleep to, so get up, stand up and rock so you know what I can do. You never see she.
You never hear she. I can do that part.
Of course.
Welcome, Sistaron. It's been a long time. We're waiting for you here a long time now.
Thanks for having me, man.
I
I'm here.
appreciate you
I'm
being here.
around.
I appreciate you reaching back out to say you in tongue too.
Yes, no, of course. I was laughing at myself because like we was running the "You Should Be Here" before, and
right.
I always message boy. I don't know. I might have been singing to myself. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it had to be.
I wasn't sure, but by the hook or the crook, like we say it. I'm here.
Yeah. So you enjoy the carnival or what?
Yes, I enjoy it at my pace, but I enjoy it.
Well, before we get into you and your history and all that, I want to know what fets you went, who you play mass with, waiters went on this carnival.
Well, listen, I came in on the late, but I had already had my tickets for Picnic, I had my tickets for Soca Brunch.
Nice.
The fest was amazing because the music is beautiful. When the music good, it is really pull us. I ain't gonna lie, the music is what it start to get the carnival fever. It is like,
that's when the money start to spend, right? Fed ticket, plane ticket.
you be like, I had to find it, boy. That music sounding too sweet.
So
listen, and once you do it, you know what I'm saying? Like they say, once you play a mass and once you think, you know what I feel like, so you know what you're missing.
So is that every year thing for you? Usually here for carnival?
I just try my best. But I have some friends, my good friends of them who live in New York. I live in Miami, but them ain't coming without dragging me by my big toes. Oh, you mean you're not going?
Yeah.
They know my house in Cascade. You don't even have to pay for someone to stay. You better come.
Just reach.
Yeah. I can't say no. Every time I say after carnival, I go in and block these people.
Yeah.
Because I go in the carnival, they're already planning for next carnival. I said, boy, I even get a chance to block all your boys.
I like them. So that means I could reach out to them when you had to come here next year for your next year release,
sure,
right?
Sure.
Good, I like it. How's Spirits on the Road? It's time you play Spirits?
Spirits on the Road is good. It's always good vibes and good fun. You know, even though I said like the sun does be beating us down a little bit, but it's good vibes and good fun. The costumes are amazing, and you're feeling pretty on the road, and good fun, good energy.
It looked like one of them years where the sun come out with a vengeance, right?
The sun has come out with a vengeance. This year, I think it eased us up more than last year.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you say, anybody could tell you Carnival Tuesday was nice and overcast, a little breezy when the night hit, so it felt good, so... Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
It kind of worked with my pace this year a little bit.
So I gonna make the excuses that you need to make, right? Well, I hear how she was pumping. She not reaching the country pump all weekend. So anything with the voice dies on carnival, right?
Yes, please and thank you. I think a lot of people know that. A lot of people still get open their mouth and hear their voice
No.
today.
It's a rough, but a good carnival season nonetheless.
Nah, for sure.
So I always wanted to meet you and see you in person because I really had doubts in my mind
What doubts?
As to if you could have really rap that verse something up to
please.
today. I see what,
Yes.
because we don't know what you're saying. I can tell you from the we have fans. All I know is
Yo, I just laugh, and there was this people make up their thing what they want to say when it song something like this.
Well, we know
But
where it
simple
ended.
enough.
We know it started
Yeah.
sit down, and we know it ended with version.
Yeah, me sit down on top of them rhythm and sit down on top of them version.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
it sounds simpler when I say it slow,
Yeah,
right?
it's impossible
But
to say fast too.
say it. Me sit down on top of the rhythm and sing on top of them version. Me sit down on top of the rhythm and sing on top of them version. You have to say that.
All right.
You know, so
We
it's
go
the
try
way
it.
it roll.
We could try it in your
We go
absence.
try
We ain't going to embarrass yourself here. So I
Yeah,
want to
we
talk
pull
about
that
the
off.
earliest days of getting into it. Because as I tell you, I don't marry here. A few people from Kiskidee Caravan
Yes,
passing through. And
brethren them.
yeah, special time in our history, right?
Yes.
And the thoughts are coming out with a rap song then. I feel
Wow.
like it was unheard of. Like we'd never heard that before as a youth coming up.
It was risky business. That was risky business to do that. But it wasn't like rap wasn't a whole scene here.
Yeah, it was.
You know, we was like we had our own movement with Just Jace and them. You know what I mean? Of course.
Yeah,
What
just
was-
big hip hop man.
What
too,
was
right?
it back then? Like On Track, he had a little spot that used to. It was
nice.
just we were hip hop everything, like real hip hop heads. I remember even saying, and I would admit it now, the soca thing, it wasn't we peace, we was like strong and we hip hop. So
Yeah.
that was a movement. So even before Sister Runner came out, it was Run and KC. So me and Casey used to do our thing. We had a friend Iola when we worked at Pizza Boys, and we had our friend Iola, and she linked us with Downtown Outlaws, and they would give us beats to rap on. So since then we was doing, we little rap thing. Here we are, Ron and KC teaching me all about the MIC, two sexy chicks tricking you with tricks, that kind of vibe. You know, we
Yeah.
was on some Ralph Salt and Pepper thing back then. So I think when the Caribbean Sound Basin came about, and it was like, okay, we gotta do, a female rapper. They asked Gage,
Right.
and it was like, yeah, he know who to check. I grew up with Gage.
Yeah.
The Gage sister and I were best friends. Danielle and I, best friends since elementary school.
Okay.
So we did that, and we used to be at their house on the weekends and stuff like that, and then. Once they asked him, he's like, I know who to go check.
Yeah.
And he came and he checked me, and that is the history there.
So you had these things written. By the time they check you seasoned, you're performing,
Well,
rapping.
I was seasoned. I had it performing, but when I did, I don't know if the masses know or whatever, because I know I embodied this. But once I went to the studio with Gage and met Robert Amar and them, they was like, oh, Gage, you could write something for she or what?
Right.
And Gage was like, okay, yeah. Gage wrote Sister Runner Come.
Oh, nice.
That wasn't me. I had my stuff or whatever. But Gage wrote Sister Runner Come and, work with me and then embodied it.
Ah, got you.
Just embodied
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Own it after that, right?
Own it, yes.
So you're writing your raps up to that point, but I think
Yes.
Sister Runner Come was such an introduction,
It was an introduction, and I was real grateful for him writing this and being able to find me in that, or present me in that, and as I say, owning it was pretty easy. I was already done with my quick tongue rapping and stuff like that, so they knew me for that,
Right.
and then so him writing that and me doing that, it was like
Yeah, he had to
To
know
the
you're
world.
skillful enough to do
you're
that
skillful
too.
enough to do it.
And how General Grant end up on it now?
I think Gage and them knew General. And
Right.
it was like, okay, we could do a hook and it could be like a more reggae type vibe or whatever. Let's bring in General. That's when I met General in doing the song, actually. I didn't know him before that. But yeah, what a great combination too.
Yeah, iconic. One of these songs that will
Absolutely.
go down as a classic
Yeah,
intro
yeah,
Grant
yeah.
to be go, yeah.
Yep.
How much people requesting it when they see it now? They still wait to do the fast rapping.
They still always want to hear that. They gotta hear that part. I think they just like you. I wonder if she can still do that when they're trying me. They're trying me. Of course.
Yeah, nice.
Of course. Yeah. That ain't going nowhere,
Of course. And what's your experience like with Kiskidee Caravan? Because now that was the biggest thing to blow up. I believe Sister Runner Come was on the original record.
Was
yes?
he on the original, the No Compromise album? Unfortunately, I would say is because when Kiskidee Karavan came out, I had already left. I went to I left. I got nominated Best New Artist of the Caribbean, and I went to the States for that award at the Apollo Theater.
Right.
I went to the States for that, but at the same time when I got that, my mom was getting through with her papers. You understand? So once she get through, I was under 18 still, so I was able to automatically get through.
Gotcha.
So that's what happened, and then I left and I went. Of course there was like little intricates of things that was happening that I wasn't happy as an artist, you know what I'm saying, here in different senses, but I got there, and you get your papers, so you had to be there for the little minute, and I had no idea Kiskidee Karavan was happening. You understand? We're going to come out with a caravan of artists, we want you to have a song on it and blah blah blah. I didn't know.
Gotcha.
The caravan came out. I did not know this movement was happening. It's not like back then when YouTube was such a thing, and it was such, you saw LinkedIn, Instagram, and all of these things.
It's house phone days.
Next thing I hear, I swear I must be hearing this, but maybe a little years later, like they had a caravan, and it was what? I didn't know what was going on. And then afterwards, that's when I linked to it, and I was like, oh, wow.
Gotcha.
But it was also like pause raising, because we started something that the youth and them pick up and run with it, like proud of them, boy. Like what? So proud of everybody who come after.
Of course. So the time when they tour in the country and performing, you're not here? I
was not here. We toured on our own and did our own massiveness with No Compromise, because that's what rocked the nation.
Right.
And they followed through with what they did as well,
So there was an original tour on the No Compromise album before Kiskidee Karavan?
Of course, yeah. We are the ones that was running it,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We was running it before, when you was here, and the Sistaron come and General Grant the shot call and all of them thing. It was like, we was on our own No Compromise tour. We was
as local or
local here. But we was opening for artists and stuff like that as we were here. The youth was loving that movement.
Of course.
Which totally made way for when Kiskidee Karavan came out, to be like, okay, because they was on it. Like, it was not just calypso music or soca music.
Yeah, you're hearing some of the popular music of the world in our accent and
in
our
vibe. Accent, and they was able to express that talent that they have, which is so much of it laying around in here, so much of it right here in Trinidad, you know? So this was a great thing. It was a great movement.
Yeah, I didn't know that came before. To me, in my memory, I young them times, so I just following all and I thinking that album was released as a kickoff for the Kiskidee Karavan. I didn't realize Kiskidee Karavan came after. Yeah. The first thing that happened was no compromise. Right.
It's like, okay, we have these artists, and then we didn't even know how it was. Were we going to have singles? Were we going to thing? And then all of a sudden they say an EP with them 4, you know what I'm saying? Them 4 different, 2 groups, Kindred, and then Ghettorians. Then you had General Grant, and then you have me, and you have him and I together. So it was like, let's do an EP. And they put them out,
So the 4 songs was, I think Kindred did This Trini Could Flow.
This Trini Could Flow.
Ghettorians was what, Round and Round?
Round and Round. General Grant was The Shot Call, and me, Sistaron Come. Yeah, The Shot Call. You remember that one?
All 4. I mean, all 4 did really
the
game changers at the time.
Absolutely.
So what's your experience going like from the ciphers and rhyming at Gage and them to going in Caribbean Sound Basin, and what was that experience like? 18 you say at the time?
Yeah. I mean, Caribbean Sound Basin, I don't know if people knew, the same way this hit the nation with a shock, it was hitting me with a shock. Like, this happening. I rapping since I in high school, I in Tranquil, and this was actually about to jump off. But who knows it was going to become what it became? Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, because, and like I was thinking the other day, I was like, this thing wasn't I want to say like it wasn't too controlled. It was like our executives at that time, Robert Amar and them, decided going to do something the youths need, and they decide, okay, let's do it, and we give it to the youth. And that's when I get to realize between then and now, when you give the music to the people and not gatekeep the thing, you understand? When you give the music to the people speak.
Right.
You know what I mean? Half the times, like a lot of artists right now, newer artists and thing, which sometimes I consider myself a new artist all the way over again with what I'm doing now. But when it could reach to the people, and the people say, oh God, yes, yeah, that played that. That's what happened with them days with Sistaron. I come out with, who knows, a female come out rapping, would it be a thing back then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it became a thing, you know, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you, being on the other side of the speaker, it felt like as a little child hearing, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, the whole album, I mean, everything that came after it with Kiskidee Karavan.
Exactly.
But them initial songs, the radio, I don't think people who grew up where they always had urban radio to them, where you could hear even foreign dancehall and foreign rap. I remember growing up where maybe on a Saturday morning you might hear a little reggae and dancehall. You ain't gonna hear much.
Right.
And you definitely ain't hearing much from us. So as a youth, especially inside, you don't know that all this happening. You don't know Gage and Sistaron and Omari and people linking up like that.
Right.
So to hear it on radio and like it kicking the door, it was mainstream. After that, it could not be stopped. Them days, you had to get your cassette, record it, and try to...
And record it and try to say that because, But the fact that it was able to reach to you guys, and it wasn't like, no, we only playing soca, we only playing this, or we only playing that, and it has so much different talent here.
Yeah.
You know, to be a little island person, you know, you hear it, you don't know if you'll ever be out, get a chance to go out into the world, and you have little voices here that want to be heard. So what are we going to do for these artists? You understand? You're either forcing them into one genre, or you could let them be exactly who they are.
Yeah.
You understand? And if they gravitate to Afrobeats naturally, or they gravitate to hip hop naturally, reggae naturally, even though they are Trini, you understand? Do you just keep them down and say, no, it's soca you have to do? It's so, we soca music, or you don't get me wrong, we love it. You understand? But at the same time, we may have a natural skill for something totally different. I was naturally a rapper.
Right.
You know, to write a soca song, how to do it was
tough.
You would think that because I'm a Trini and I grew up tote and water and think that I would
you learn to write from that.
But it ain't easy sometimes to tell somebody, you know what I'm saying, to pelt a rag or wave, you know what I mean? And I'm like,
especially if it's not natural.
Right. If it not coming natural, then what do you do? What do you do about that, right? So I remember even after leaving and coming back a few years later, maybe in 2005, 2006, I keep trying to remember what year that was, but I came back with Rocky and Galen and Jabami and them. They know him as Jabami now, but he was Juicy then. And Rocky reached out to me, and Rocky said, boy, sister, and I go like to make a... So that was another me revamping again, right? So here I come with them, you know, so grateful. He pulled me in on this project, and we come up with like Always Remember Ja. But I remember when I came back, everybody who knew me and saw me radio stations and stuff, yes, sister, you're doing soca now. You're doing soca now. I was like, but all you don't know me to be no soca artist.
Right.
You understand? So to be... being continuously drilled into you're doing soca now. Man, I remember I went with Jabami and them on here. We went with Chasu, and Chasu had a fast rhythm thing going on. And I say, and I remember, this is when I remember that I was right. Hold on a second, because back in the day, I feel like I would write, but I could never write what it is I feel.
Okay.
But for some reason, with this particular song, them drilling me on this soca thing, I say, Them want me ride on a soca track. Them want jump up and get on bad. They want pack up my clothes and jump on a plane and come out to Trinidad. Them want me back on top of the stage. They want to see me misbehave. They want tell them to put up a flag in the air and put up a hand and wave. Can I do that? Yes, Ron. Can I do that? Can I make a woman white and a man and roll up she bottom? And I end up coming up with that. And I was like, oh, look at me writing what it is I feeling and expressing. So I came up with that, and it was like maybe again another thing that's spitting and here
because
I am.
that even have a flow, you know. I mean,
it had a flow, and it was
exactly.
It's a hip hop flow, and I was like, man, the hip hop again. Look at naturally it coming in me easier. You know, you're growing, you're maturing, you're experiencing, you know what I'm saying. Your ears opening, your eyes opening, and you never know what the journey and where it's gonna take you, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Even funny that I should mention them three people, because Rocky, Gala, and Jabami on his own too. They've, even though Rocky and Galen and them was doing soca, the time they came out, it was very edgy. It was it wanted to be incorporative of much more genres. So it makes sense why they reach out to you.
Yeah.
And Jabami still touring all over the place doing
touring all over the place. It's a passion, and I'm gonna say this. It's a passion for you to still satisfy where we're from.
Right.
You still want to satisfy this audience here so badly. We want to cater for this audience here so badly. Trinidad and Tobago, excuse me, is our heart, right? So you want to do something that Trinidad say.
Gotta love it.
When Trinidad say and everybody could say after that, you know, and I know Jabami go through that passion as well. You know what I'm saying? He will do his soca, he will do his reggae, which is mainly what he's known for, and stuff like that. And then you want to touch his soca. You want to do this thing that your people here could come and hug you up and be like, you know what I mean? But it's such a fight sometimes. Like I say, when something else come more natural to you, than the soca it's hard. Yeah. It's hard trying to navigate that avenue. And we were talking earlier about authenticity. You know, it had to come authentic to you. And if I hear a rhythm, and like I hear a soca rhythm, and I could say, whoa, yeah, yo, hey, and I could come up with that song, I'm doing it. So if that's what I'm feeling in that song, gotcha. I will do it, but it had to be an authentic feel.
If it's not coming naturally, not
right. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to do soca. You know what I'm saying? But if it's what I want to say in a soca form, I will say it. If it's what I want to say in a hip hop, R&B, reggae, whatever form, I would do it. As an artist, that's the type of artist I want to be. You know, let me be able to express what I want to express. If it's in this genre, that genre, I'm going to do it, you know?
So, but you think, looking for that local recognition and that love from home, you think you could get it in genres outside of soca?
Yes, absolutely. Because, and again, like I say, if it get to reach the people...
Yeah.
The people will say, yes.
Well, yeah, because the introduction to Trinidad and Tobago is not soca. And I think you loved and revered when the name Sistaron said today.
Right.
Yeah.
You influence artists. I could put my boy Bungie on a little blah, but Bungie introduced me one time to Busta Rhymes. And it's, I don't know, hearing it through his voice and him saying, you have to stand up for a minute, but I can't just tell you this, Sistaron, and you got to give me 5 minutes. I need to tell you, man, I can't just tell you this is who this is and that is it. Let me explain. And Bungie's explaining, I wouldn't be in this right now if it wasn't for what this woman unapologetically did. You understand? And Fayan wouldn't be, and other artists wouldn't be. You understand? Because it stems from the fact that she come doing what she doing, and he said, but wait, no, that means what I doing, I could do it. And he say, well, then I could do it over soca music. And for the longest, I say, and mix that hip hop with that soca. Yeah. And it's been difficult for me trying to get producers to understand or hear what it is I'm saying, you know? Mix it. When I heard Bungie, I was like, but that is what I'm talking about. Yeah. That is what I'm talking about. So I just tell him, yo, biggest fan. And he just be like, no, I's your biggest fan. But how? My little one.
No, you could see.
But enough respect. Enough respect. Yeah, so it's a respect and all. But when I hear him talk like that, you know, I come from such like maybe humble beginnings and maybe a little too modest for my good sometimes. I'll be like, yeah, okay, you know. I tell you, Omari, who was sitting here, Omari used to look at me like, I don't think you know really what you do here. I see girl from Cascade, I know, like.
Yeah, right, but when a track come on, because even going with Sistaron come, the aggression you hit that first.
Yes, yeah. It
ain't no modesty in that,
Yeah,
it hit it hard. You had to listen.
Embodied it, I owned it 100%, and it was like, and it felt great. It felt like, because when you're working with people, and that's why, to me, a team is so important. If you have a songwriter that could write something for you and be like, you know, think, the next song after that, we might have worked on together until I started branch out. At 18 years old, I was a shy little something. I used to write my songs or whatever. Somebody posted on or sent me a DM, I think on Facebook, maybe about 3 years ago or something like that, and say, wow, this woman that I see before me now is so much more outgoing than who we knew back then. They could recognize it.
Sure.
You know, because I'm more
bold. They were there back then.
Right? I'm more bold now. Like these youth and them I see and out here, they are so bold and so forward. It's so admirable.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it is so admirable. I mean, sometimes the content just be like a little, but at the same time, they're bold enough to do it.
I think you had to let them do it.
You had to let them do it because they're doing...
It's an expression.
They doing what we did.
100%.
We bust out and we come out and we. So for the first time in a long time, with Zest and Trinibad and thing like that, I see another movement again coming out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, that's impressive to me because I know what we did back then, and we was like, yeah, we come out bold with what we was coming out with. So.
Yeah, for sure. I want to take away some of that modesty, you know, because that hip hop era with what we know now as chromatic spot rushes. That wasn't happening if all you didn't do all you do. Yeah. And take the chance that you take.
Yes.
The Reggae All Stars movement that Jabami was a big part of, that was not happening.
Right.
You know
what
I mean? That initial movement. Amazing, and I'm glad you made the connection between the Zest movement. No, I see it as the same. Eh?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it is for a youth man home. I with you. Sometimes the content, I at 40-something years old, I can't listen to that for too long.
For too long. It's
no.
Sometimes from the time it come on, I'm like, cringe.
But when you do listen to it, the lyrical ability of some of these youths, their writing ability, some things they're coming up with, the producers they're working with.
Yeah.
They're on point.
You talk about like oh my God, like a Lady Lava. Yeah. And you know what it is about her for me? The comfortability. She just comfortable. And it's such a vibe.
It's impressive, right?
Yeah, it's such a this little comfortable space that she in, and I go pick up the mic. It even sound like a song she raised. Just listen, I have something to say.
Yeah.
Who I go call for up and a down? You understand? It just sound like she just talking to you, and it's the comfortability. I remember when I now saw Nyla Blackman, and I see in the girl and I see in the video. And, you know, people has critiqued so much and whatever, but I watching this young woman who go in and bring something so new and so fresh and so nice and so youthful and so modern. And it was so much to admire about it, and watching her grow as she's doing it even more and owning it even more is... I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the youths.
That's good, though. Yeah. That's good that you feel that way. You inspire a lot of these youths. You talk to enough of them, they will tell you.
Right. Yeah. I had the opportunity to be... we did a quick studio, Nelly Couture. I don't know if you know the name Nelly Couture, right? So Nelly would be, every time she go on an interview or whatever, they were saying, you know who you remind me of because of how she spits. Gotcha. And they keep calling my name, but she young, so she didn't know. Mommy, but who is that? So she talked to her mom. The mom would say, what, girl, if you only know.
Yeah, if you was outside then.
And it's the mom who actually linked. Nice. You know, she linked me, and she said she would love for us to be in the studio together. And we went. I think Spine had a rhythm or something like that, and we went to the studio. And it's still on I think we go to the studio, but then we realizing the little creative difference, right? Because you know that content is very raw. Nelly was like, "Oh God, I so shame my mouth."
She can't say that.
I say, no, she could say whatever I want her.
No, she must be feeling like she can't say it.
She said, "Feeling shame my content." So I said, "Don't feel shame because you had to be you." Authentically you had to be 100% who you are. We just had to find an even ground that because I might not say it the way you saying it. You understand? I ain't like say shy like that no more, but I probably still wouldn't say it how. But we could find an even ground because we're women, we're humans in this world. We must find an even ground where a topic could be a one for us, and we could probably still make it work, you know. Yeah. But be you 100%. Look at and them know how to master TikTok and thing like.
Yeah, they bad.
She gone mad on TikTok right now. Big up yourself, Nelly. Big up yourself.
Like I don't know if you ever saw her on live with DJ Khaled.
Yes. I saw when Khaled had called it. Yeah, I said, look at that. Yeah.
But listen to her flow then.
Yeah.
And listen to what you did back then.
Right.
And you will see why so much people make the comparison.
Why people make the comparison. We definitely have the flow alike. And look at that again. Social media.
Of course.
You know, the reach could be so much further.
Yeah.
I go in, sometimes I on TikTok and I just see in random people from everywhere doing a little boop song. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, and I said, look at this. Because they're able to come out. When you asked me earlier about when we tour. No, we tour right here.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't know how further. When I got nominated Best New Artist in the Caribbean for Sistaron to come, I was like, well, Wall, you hear this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I never left here.
It was a longer process then to get anything to go international. Yeah.
I never left here and performed that outside of Trinidad anywhere. You know what I mean? So it was like, look at how their reach is possible because of TikTok, Instagram, and these platforms. It's amazing.
But when you talk about gatekeepers and that reach is a funny thing because the music of our era, I feel has an equal chance of reaching that kind of traction on TikTok now. Like if you watch any other genre of music, I hear my son singing a Paul Anka song the other day.
Wow. Because TikTok bring it back to life. Yeah.
Paul Anka would be old music when I was listening to music.
But it takes that, right? Because look, that happened with Saucy, with Denise, right? All of a sudden,
put you back in it.
Yeah, a little remix on her song. She said she would wake up the next morning and it was like,
wait,
what? So it happens. Janet Jackson songs coming back.
They come back.
Yeah.
They come back. So don't know that.
Nobody in touch sister and I call me. Yeah.
Well, now that I explain the lyrics, you know what I mean? Right. Because that is a great song for a TikTok challenge.
Right.
To hear what people come up with.
Yeah. They have to grab a part of it, and then all of a sudden it just becomes something you just
If you find
know.
the right social media person, get people to get their own version of Sistaron.
Yeah.
I saw it with one of Sean Paul's songs where people, I think it was Give Me the Light.
Yeah.
People couldn't understand what they were saying, and the challenge went wild. It's something you probably do.
So that's a good point. But when I spoke about like gatekeepers earlier, it was like, you did come from a time where you have a song and a DJ used to be like, oh, you hear this new one, come and drop a new song.
You don't find that happen much now?
No. It will happen if they see you with a bunch of numbers on TikTok. So it working the other way around sometimes. You got to work your own song and then be like, okay, let me see if I can get people to dance on TikTok to this and to that. So when they hear your song, they probably saying, well, okay, let me see what she TikTok looking like. Otherwise, why am I playing this and that kind of way?
Yeah, it mightn't come up to them at all.
Right. So if they don't see you with the numbers, they're not bussing artists like they used to, is what I feel like,
Almost everybody who sit down in this seat say that same thing.
Because we see the difference, we see the difference from then to now. Gotcha. Back then, a DJ used to boss an artist, and they used to be happy to, as long as they grab it and they like it, it's like, okay, that is it.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I do a song and I'll be like, oh, a DJ in Canada puts it on his mix. I'm like, oh, wow, big up to that thing. But, there's a lot of DJs, sometimes you're seeing them on a regular basis when your song they them.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, so that's when I talk about gatekeep. I talk about stuff like that. But if it just get thrown into a mix, you made, what I'm saying, your song may just be the it thing because now it's getting to reach to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best ways for it to reach to the people is, to me, not just TikTok, is in a party.
Well, in a party, I was thinking radio when you're talking about this, but in a party, I feel it worse.
You think it was, yeah.
Boy, listen, because, I guess you have so much alternatives to radio now. That I don't listen to the radio a whole lot.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think radio,
especially urban radio. It is like punishment. You just hear the same set of songs over and over. And it could make it not like a real good song.
Yeah.
Like midway through the carnival, I couldn't listen to Young Brother again. It was just too much of it playing. Not that it's not a great song.
Yeah.
But boy, in fets it worse, because when you go off fet now and you hear them songs in rotation now, I don't know what was your experience on your road. Like if you're hearing a wide array of music.
It wasn't a wide array of music because I feel as though like they make us part of the competition, right? We fetters, we here, we come, we spend money, we here.
Right.
We here because remember we was here in real tunes.
Yeah.
God, this song good, that song nice, that song.
Come out to hear it,
so I come out, I want to hear tune after tune, you know? And then when you reach here, you become a part of the road march competition.
Oh, as a masquerader, you mean?
As a masquerader. Even as a spectator.
They're putting it on us now.
Yeah, it's on us. I spoke to a couple who just randomly came here. Well, let's go to Carnival. And they say, Lord, they get killed with 2 songs on the road because now we're part of the competition. And we're not getting to enjoy this music on the road, this wide range of music. When I went to Soca Brunch this Sunday, oh, God,
right.
Them DJ, I can't call the DJ name now, I vex. But them DJ and them play tune, eh?
Oh,
Listen,
they did? Okay,
them
nice.
play tune.
Yeah.
This man was going back, forward, middle thing,
Nice.
and I was like, that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because it have real tunes, and your tune ain't supposed to just go to no soca graveyard after a while. No,
Yeah, I don't like that.
If you have a DJ who could that means I'm saying the DJ doing his job.
Of course.
That means he home saying, oh, this good thing, oh, wait, now this person say forward in 19 whatever, and this person have a song named Forward, I could merge them 2 songs. That's a DJ doing his job.
Oh, these 2 song chord structure is the same. These 2
The
song
chord
vibe is
structure,
the same.
exactly.
Yeah.
And somehow I could mix that in them as DJs to me that doing their job. Or you have a song and it's sung in Like it could go in this mix. And when I talk about a DJ in a party, I mean, if you hearing this song and you're like, this could go in this mix, they could put it in a mix. It could be like 6 seconds.
Yeah. As a musician, you're probably hearing this all the time.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. So like a 6 seconds in your mix ain't gonna destroy no party.
No.
It's not gonna destroy your DJ set by you trying to introduce a new artist. You know, let me challenge all, you know. Introduce a new artist into all your mix every time all you do a mix.
Good luck.
Because every one of all you do in the same mix. So if I say, let me not listen to DJ, so and so I go listen to DJ, is the same mix. It starts with the same song. I think it's the same set of mix.
Yeah.
No, we need the DJs to say, at least find one of the new artists that all you could say, yeah, this bad, and slip it into the mix. You ain't got to do nothing special. Slip it into the mix.
Yeah, and let people decide.
And let people decide.
I know I was at a little media get together. Salute Nigel Telesford. You know Overtime TT, Nigel?
I know this name.
Yeah, you know him. He around media for a long time. He was part of Spot Rushers too back in the day.
Go Tranquil.
He went, did he go Tranquil? I went Tranquil.
Right.
For a little while.
Yeah.
But I know him from Fatima.
Right.
But Telly had a little media mixer Ash Wednesday night. And this same discussion, I wish you were there. It's the exact same discussion there. But I have a theory because I don't think youths now, the people who's 18 now,
right?
I'm not sure them having this discussion. Them want to hear Carries and Party over and over. And I played Juve morning.
Oh, they love it, yeah.
And they had a time, the road march was something I would have never heard in a Juve when I was playing Juve. But now they play the road march the whole time. And I realized then that Juve for them, youths, is a mass replacement. It's not a start to Carnival or a warm up to Carnival in the same way. Right. It's a cheap way for them to play mass. Because when I was young, I could have stormed a band, I could have stayed inside with the band or pay $800-900 for a costume. Now, if them had to spend $5,000 on a costume or spend $600 on a Juve band, they want to do that, and they just want to hear carry it on tempo and pace whole day. People want to drag it all the way down the road. So they have a different thing. And then material with DJs is that I don't feel like DJs today listen a lot. You mentioned Just Jays. I grew up in St. James. I always remember the first time I see Just Jays, because then it's like you say, without social media, you can't place your stars, especially radio stars. You don't know what they look like. And I see Just Jays in real life by Crosby's a day. I was like, there's Just Jays. This time I hear in the background that Just Jays on radio. And I say, but how you hear on your radio? He's like, nah, you just have a thing, DJ mixing. He comes to buy records. But while he buying records, he listening. Yeah. He puts on a record, listen, he said, nah, he don't want this. And I feel like that, the way DJs used to operate long time, he had a limited budget to buy albums or records. Right. So you have to listen, have to find something you like that is good. Because you can't buy everything. But no, these youths have everything. Yeah. They just come out and they have all the songs for Carnival. Yeah. And it's so strange that they have an unlimited, like, crate to carry. Yeah. But they still just play. Yeah. Whoever's most popular, you know.
The same. Yeah. We know what the solution is here. I just think everybody take the risk. Artists is taking a risk all the time. I say, let them release. You know, they writing, they recording, they releasing. Yeah. So then where's the next step after that? You know what I mean? I hear somebody listed one time about artists need to be a videographer, photographer, thing. We need to be a producer, social media specialist. We had to be a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? We need all of that. We had to be everything. So it's like, so if I do this, and this, right? Then where's the next step? You know, I remember when a DJ used to do this, like so much respect. Like it used to have special, I don't know if they still have it, how much radio do we listen to, you know, new release session. Yeah. Or let's tell me what you think, blah, blah, blah. You know, and like I said, everybody, social media take over so bad. It's like they're referring to social media first.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure, yeah.
And then knowing what it is, you know, but
you find this process more difficult that you living abroad as well? Like that, getting your music here?
Yeah, it could be possible. I hear a lot of people say sometimes like your nephew was here, you know, to work it and to, you know, but I do think it's a thing, especially when the Carnival season step in. Yeah. When you're abroad, right, you're trying to figure out, man, when is that good time to release that soca song that could probably get a proper buzz? And I remember saying, well, November, do in November. Let me release then, so that thing. But if you release in November, the big artists and them, The bigger artists.
Trampled.
Oh God, you get this sitting down on top of you. So because them not releasing, I would tell myself, I remember when they used to release a groovy and a power.
They used to pace it. No?
They releasing albums.
Lego. 10 songs.
They release. So if they're releasing albums and I have a little 1-2 song that I try to get, I can sit on top of. So you see, even when you release and you put it on platforms like Julian's promo or something, again, play, and then all of a sudden you understand still because everything else come and sit on top of you. So trying to navigate and figure out when is the best time to release and this and that as a foreign, living out in foreign, could make it a little challenging and a little difficult. That's it's a fact. You have I was observing, I say, wait, if you have 10 producers that doing rhythms and them same 10 producers handing them rhythms to the same 15 artists. A little 1-2 others might get through here and there, but there's way more than 1-2 new artists. Yeah. But the 10 producers are literally saying, I want this big artist on my rhythm. So they're sending it to the 1, 2, 3, 4 big artists. That's why the big artists and them have albums.
Yeah, 10 writers too.
Don't yeah. 10 writers too.
10 producers, 10 artists.
Same set. Nobody is finding. Are you finding talent? It have some people who are doing it, and it have majority that aren't doing it. They just go in with whatever is the biggest brand out there right now. Let me send my thing to the biggest brand.
Yeah,
we understand everybody trying to get paid in the end,
Yeah, best ROI, I suppose.
Yeah. So.
But another question about living abroad. How difficult you find it to feel the vibe of Carnival and the essence of it when you're writing a song now for the season?
I'm not really hard because there's carnivals over there. I live in Miami, so Miami Carnival is almost like that is the baby to Trinidad Carnival. That's so
you have
close.
That in October. Got it.
Yeah, that's so close. And not only that, because of YouTube and stuff like that, I stay so plugged in, to the vibe. Like you get to see the radio stations do their thing here, and you get to be live radio you could listen to and stuff like that. To stay plugged in, but. Also because, I come up, play my mass. I like, you're in it.
Connected.
Yeah, so I could feel it. And, I did born and grow here, so even though I'm out in foreign, I'm still mostly soca in the thing, mostly carnival in the thing. So, we in it, we're very much in it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And your goal where soca is concerned, like typically, what's your process? You're looking for rhythms to jump on with the big artists, or you're looking for your own individual tracks when you're listening? You have a preference?
What I've been doing is my own individual tracks, because if I hear it and I feel it, I pen in.
Back to authenticity.
Yeah. If I hear it and I feel it, I'm penning. If there's a rhythm that come my way, or, there's a rhythm that was that I was on the Sule Levy rhythm, and again, you hear it. I was like, oh, I know what to do with that, one time, the song, so if I hear it and I feel it, I'm down, I'm doing it. If the bigger rhythms start coming, I keep on doing my thing, right? Keep on doing my thing. If the buzz start coming and be like, well, Sistaron really doing that thing, because I feel like people just be like this.
Yeah.
They're not hearing, they're hearing. You understand? I don't know what they're waiting for, but you know what I mean? I try not to worry myself about it because I'm having fun doing what I'm doing, right? Nice. So I will keep on doing it. And then one day they might just say, well, we have a rhythm. I was Sistaron on this one, and the idea for that too. Yes. But if the big rhythms don't come, I know a lot of people get emotional about that. If the big writers and the rhythms don't come their way, they get depressed, they done, they think that not happening here.
Oh, good.
You understand? But trust me, again, that's you being your own mentor at the same time. I had to talk myself.
Your own psychologist.
I'm your own psychologist. I'll be like, I'm not giving up. I'm not doing it because it's no race I run in. It's no thing. It's like, this is what I do. Sure. I want all you to hear this. Whoever hear it, I want to present this to you guys, So that's what I'm doing, so.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
When it reached me to the bigger platforms or the whatever, I dare for it too,
And the thing is, your name is already there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once the people start listening, and as you say, I always feel it listening,
Yeah. People be listening. Be listening. They be seeing, you know how social media go. They might not everybody go double tap and everybody go, but they seeing.
Of course.
They thinking this, it's all good. So I just want to make sure that when I present myself, I'm presenting, you know, exactly who I am and thing, you know, so they get in, again, the authentic me. But, you know, that's what I'm here for that.
So as we on producers and rhythms, let me take you back now. How important was Shell Shock when you just came out?
Shell Shock was everything, because producers that I work with no whole bunch of producers, but let me tell you, working with Shell Shock is a lesson. He teaching you. You understand? So he taught me a lot. You could boom bap on a table all day long and write a song and thing, you know what I'm saying? You working with Shell Shock and he's teaching you how to hear your tone, how to think, you know, so it was a learning process. And, you know, he was there for that. That was my friend. So sweet, you know, and yeah, he was a MVP. Yeah, in my whole beginnings. Yeah.
And that would have been your first producer that you work with, given the...
First producer that I work with. Yeah, before that, like I said, we just ride on like little beats and stuff, maybe from downtown all over. First producer that I work with, you know, Gage writing, and then now I'm in a full-blown recording session.
That's a hell of a place to start a career, boy, with Gage and Shell Shock. Look at that.
But too, that was also, you know, like close enough to their beginnings as well. So we started things together. Yeah,
I suppose.
They had their, you know, I know he had his team and everything. And Gage, I know Gage, like I said, we growing up. So me and Gage used to be rapping at the house and sing, you know, like on them levels. Right. But now we come now, and because of Caribbean Sound Basin, here we all come together on this professional level. You feel me? So it's like, ooh, yeah, that was nice. That was like, but you know, every moment of the way you're like, whoa, it's like a shock factor to me the whole time. But yeah, man,
I can imagine.
Yeah, as I went abroad and I even come back and just to hear how much shock grew. Yeah, you understand, and how much. Yeah, but you know, I remember just feeling so much like, you know, I came out here, there was unsatisfactory situations here for me as well. I was like, oh.
In Trinidad here, I mean?
Yeah, you know, working with, you know, things going on and you feeling like you're not being, you know, I think other people was being, like you again kind of pushed aside, now let's deal with this one because this might be the most important person, you know, to work with. And
under the same management in Caribbean Sound Basin?
Under the same executives.
Okay.
It's like it was almost coming off, you know, like you have 3-4 children, but it's like you choose a favorite in front of all of we, and we're like, wait a minute, hold on.
Something ain't right.
Right? It's like, and then, you know, you see it happen, but ooh, Sistaron got nominated Best New Artist of the Caribbean. Right? So it's like, hold on a second, you know, because you didn't recognize, but let me get them this. I feel as though, like everybody would say, Sister Anna Come was ahead of the times type of thing. And I feel as though a lot of people did not know, what do we do with the skill next, boy? That is what just happened there? We didn't, what just happened? And what do we do next with this? Because the spin off into the Calypso and the rap soul and the thing was stronger than the hip hop spin off. So even me, I felt, though I'm a rapper. I was a rapper at the time. So even me felt this little lostness because I kind of feel like I heard that there was some politics going on where it was like, well, we ain't playing that no more. We only playing soca and blah, blah, blah. So when you fall into that category, what you as a rapper doing now and trying to find the producer after that, you know, because may Shock rest in peace. He passed and he gone after trying to find the proper blend. Of course. For me after that was like, I need a producer who could bring that to life for me. And that was the difficult part. Yeah, and there's also a part in me that I had to find as well, how to mix this and how to cross this over. And, you know, there's the accent, but you remember your Trini, yeah? So when I go to the studio and I saying, yeah, that bad, that is some word I remember I was saying I'm in the studio with Fire and he's like, you're saying that's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Bad. I say this, I can't remember if that's the word, but it's one word I had to say over and over to try to say it more Trini.
I like it.
I say, here now.
Trying to stress you.
I grew up total water, you know, you mean this.
Yeah, somebody trying to make you more Trini.
I didn't understand. Listen, I couldn't understand that about myself, and that wasn't something I was doing on purpose. Still, like sometimes we'll talk today and it is like a little switch in between here, and I don't know. That was just always naturally Where did I get that from? I have no idea.
Yeah, I could see why it would be difficult for you too, because you talk a lot about authenticity. So to force it into a box in terms of how to say in a word might kill.
Yes, yeah. And I naturally coming out my mouth that way, right? But again, I've worked with people who have taught me. Peter Wildfire Noel has taught me, because I work with him now on a lot of things that I've released now. Right. And learning, especially when the singing aspect comes in and stuff like that, then there's more learning there. And he taught me even more this tone deaf and thing. I've talked to my cousin. I don't know if you know J-Wave, but there's Jesse who owns Wing It. One of the owners of Wing It. But he sings as well. He played the keyboard, he sing. And I remember when I was he sent me a rhythm as well. And I was doing... He said, but I hearing a lot more, you could do a lot of different melodies and da-da-da. I said, yeah. Let me go back to the drawing board. But, some people could say the simplest things for me, and it teaches me. What is he hearing? Now I had to go back and hear it.
All right.
Oh, I think I hear what he's talking about being like I'm the third instrument, or I'm the additional instrument on top of this track. Gotcha. And I learned so much more. The next time he hear me do a song, he was like, where is this? I thought you was a rapper. Yeah. Hold on, you. So I went to hear him say that. It was like, girl, you grew, you learned something and you grew there, So yeah, it's something.
Yeah, when I hear the difference in 2 songs we play to start, and we have a few more to play. Right. That should be here. Like you hear Sistaron, you expect to hear. Right. So when you come singing, you know what I mean? Was that something you was doing a lot back then, or
I wasn't. At first, I wasn't. And like when this producer, big up Frano. Frano is in Solution. I've never met this producer, and I've had quite a few songs with him. Okay, it's Wildfire that linked us. And when this guy, he could send a rhythm, right? And whatever he sang, I could hear. Now I could hear all the in-betweens and the goes. And sometimes when we send it back to Frano, he's in shock. Because I don't think he heard that I was going to do, you know what I mean, like this. When I was doing Head Up, which is one I know we're going to play, but when I was doing Head Up, I went to Wildfire. I said, boy, Fire, I have a thing, I say it kind of starts off, a little rap style. They can't call me worthless. They can't call me broke. They don't know as a boss type chick with the skills, I go make them choke. This is the thing with Fire. So I will tell him that. They're good for nothing, I be no joke. I say what they know about me. And I could jump into the soca now. He say, I think I know the man to link.
Right.
And he gone and he linked the Frano. And then Frano now create the beat and send it back to him. Now he come to me with it and he's like, okay. All right, now the tune could finish. Now I could finish write it, right? And the build up of that song and the energy of that and the vibe of that song was just such. It was so satisfying to me, that I was like, oh God, this feel good.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, Head Up feel good. I did the video for it. The video run on the TV here a lot. It was running like every half an hour. Nice. And everybody has watched TV to see it.
What year is this?
It run. This Head Up was just last year.
Oh, nice. Well, let me find it now.
Yeah.
We hear. So that blending of the rapping or the flow with the singing, comfortable for you?
That's comfortable. It seems like I fall into it so easy. When I did Forward and all of that is always comfortable, especially the second verse could always come back and and I was like, I feel like I find something there.
Let me see.
Yes, bigger Wildfire and the backgrounds there. Yeah.
Well, I don't really care what they call me. I don't really care what they call me. Yeah. They can't call me worthless. They can't call me broke. They don't know why it's a boss type chick with the skills that go make them choke. They can't say I'm good for nothing. That could be a joke. I got the skills that pay the bills. A boss card them carry both. I stand with it know about me. Can't tell you not one thing. Just here for my energy and the good vibes that I bring. But what about when I'm running low and I need some fueling? They gon' leave me standing there feeling unfulfilled. Watch now. Try them, I fail. No bad mind, them can't prevail. Can't take my vibe, lock it up in no jail. Same vibe will come out to post my bail. Wanna be like me, but you can't sustain.
motivational message and all that. bad. But like when you're hearing them things, or when you're penning that, you seeing that connection between you and the artist today. Like I hear it a lot when you.
Yeah. I see it, and let me tell you something. I have my sons who would never let me go all day singing.
Yeah.
You understand? They were always give me the 44 nah. You understand? So it's like you give birth to your team at this point.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it's like I want to keep it modern. I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it like, this is my new sound. You know what I mean? And, and there's still like variations. There's still like that. And I might still come out, you know what I'm saying, like spitting something. I remember I do a little freestyle, just thinking to myself, addressing the youth and them,
right.
And stuff. So I would still like spit, look at you. What do you mean you don't know about me? Them folks never tell you nothing, that I was the one to set up the scene and pave the way for the whole of them something. So still on top of the rhythm and killing them in a different version, still giving them, still looking good like a bad bitch. So it's still out here causing problems. What? Papa thing? Yeah, Papa thing. Nobody can't come. Yeah, that's Papa thing. So I still like having fun with
nice.
these spitting, because it's like, is what I like to do, So if I feel that and I want to put out a track with that, I want to do that. If I get, but I get to learn the difference between just rattling off lyrics, right? Because Shok and them used to tell me this is the learning process that I had to go through in my development. And Shok used to be, okay, you're rattling off, but okay, we need a hook, we need a pre-hook, we need a thing. So in order to find the proper formula in writing a song, this is something I had to learn. Because there's a difference between just dropping a freestyle and actually creating a song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you see it with a lot of rappers, You have a lot of rappers who might be the best lyricists in New York, but making a song is a challenge.
Making a song is a different challenge. So it's like, okay, you got to figure out, like what are you doing,
Right.
So that was like I said, I'm on life is a journey. It's not a destination, right? So this is the journey, and on this way, this is what I'm learning about myself. I'm a grown woman now, and it's like, what am I presenting in my music? And also, how am I presenting it?
Right.
And what do you want to leave in the world, right? So it's like, Yep.
So you're back into soca, back into recording from about when? Because we miss it, it's at a point in time you wasn't here in Sistaron.
Right. It's so 2019 is when I started recording again. I really connected with Wildfire then, but more so Marka from Studio 3 also linked me, and I was like, let me go to Trinidad as well. And I came down here. Marka and Braxton, may he rest in peace, was at this Studio 3 who I linked with, and in that linkage, it was like this song that I created called "Waiting for You." I remember putting that up, and man, on Facebook, people was like, "What, boy, sister? And we've been waiting for you." I was taking a flight one day from no, I've never wrote a song before.
Right.
So I'm flying from Miami to New York, I think, and just on this plane, I was like, and this thing just started to come in my head, and I was like, long time I've been ready, baby. Long time I've been waiting for you. And that started. Took you such a long time. I stopped believing. Are you writing a song? What's going on here? Because it wouldn't have been that. It would have been.
Of course, yeah.
Now I'm slowing it down. There's breaks in between. And I said, but wait, Nagil, you're writing a song. I did it, and I came here to the studio where I work with Braxton, and it was over another beat at one time. And then I came and I worked with Braxton, and he created this whole track for it and stuff like that. Man, putting that song out, video, everything, it felt amazing.
Yeah.
It felt fantastic, and it's, like I said, more and more learning, but that felt like, I think you find a little song here, a little, your voice. Yes, yeah.
So they will kill me if I ask you where you was for the whole time, what you was doing, what you was up to.
Well, I wasn't, like I said, I was in the States. When I left here, I got my green card and everything, so I had my permanent residency in the States. So I was there, and then life started life, and now I went there with connections. And I'm not going to say it too much, but when there were connections, and the connections just wasn't from a young female artist point of view, it wasn't, I come from no compromise. So I wasn't about to compromise myself for anything. And it was like, yo, I never had to go through this. I get nominated Best New Artist of the Caribbean, and I never had to do anything compromising, you know what I'm saying, to myself. So facing that challenge out there, and I thought what is going on here? No. And it made me fall back from the music industry if it meant that that's the direction all you need me to go, and I'm not doing that. You understand? So I fell back a little bit, and, you know, then I had my children and stuff like that. But, you know, like, and then after that, the next pop-up was when I came back and vibe with Rocky and Jabami and them would always remember Ja and all of this stuff. So we connected there again. The challenge, like I say, of finding the producer or the team that you can really work with to, you know, to create. I think it was supposed to be a flow after coming and doing Always Remember John and stuff like that.
Right.
But Michelle Shok, rest in peace, Shok, who I was working with, you know, he passed away. Even when I came back, then I started with Braxton again. Braxton passed away. I was like, what is going on? You know, but... You know, now I'm here. I work with Peter Wildfire Noel so much. So it's like, okay, now it doesn't want to start fire. It's like, run. You always, every time it's a tune. It's so much.
Really?
I have more tune than budget, let me tell you.
As a writer.
I tell him the other day, I say my ambitions and my budget need to catch up because
you need alignment.
The way that I want to do it, the way that it, you know, in my head, it would be like tune after tune after tune. There would be no stopping because I remember the times of the stopping. And as an artist, there's a heartbreak.
Yeah,
of
course.
You know, when I hear, this is the only time with younger artists, when I hear them tell, this one need to sit down, and now I need to sit down. You're old now, and oh my God. So sit down and do what? Go and make garden. An artist is an artist is an artist.
Forever.
You understand? And as an individual, your accomplishments are your accomplishments. You setting goals for yourself. And if your legacy you could leave saying you did this, and this. You know, like yesterday in an interview, I was asked about a legacy, and I was like, they make me go to bed last night thinking, what if your legacy, let me put it in a proper form, what if the legacy that you had to leave behind, you accomplished very early in life? You understand? So when you talk about legacy, Sistaron, coming out doing what it is I did, that's already a legacy. You understand that it's done. I'm the first female rapper to come out recorded wise in Trinidad. And I'll say recorded artist because there was other female rappers as well. You understand? But the first female recorded hip hop artist out of Trinidad was me. I did that. You set a pace. You know, you open gates and stuff like that for people. So there is a legacy there. You know, we just spend the rest of our life, of course, searching our purpose. What else do we want to do? We're going to keep climbing that ladder. So you can't tell people to sit down.
Get you some space.
Get you some space. You understand? Like, you know, we can't tell people, you know, I just feel like it should just have room, you know what I'm saying, for everybody. I feel as though, maybe competition-wise, this is my personal opinion. Maybe, do we need to compete? You know, I don't think so, you know, especially when you set such a ground for yourself or whatever. Maybe you don't need to let the competition be for the youth, you know, let the youth and them do that because that's their way of getting recognition and getting out there. So big up to that. They need that for their soul.
Making money. Some of the complaints about the youths with that is that the if you're not booked everywhere as a young artist, the competition is a way for you to pick up a little bit.
It's a way for you to pick up, exactly. It's a good form of recognition and a good form of revenue. So, you know, I say allow them, but you can't tell a singer not to sing. Of course. That's what it is do.
The nice thing about youths is they'll be where we are. And they'll have the same challenge then.
Of course.
Sometimes you don't realize when a new crop of youths coming out and saying the same thing about them.
Exactly.
I think you're right. The outlet on the art is
and
the
then
art.
they're going to feel it. Because if you're doing music all your life, you know what I'm saying? No little youth can't come now and tell you, oh God, well, all right. Sit down now. Nah. Actors does act until they all, and you know.
Yeah, especially a little youth who might not be able to do what they do unless you take the chance you take on, you know. It's a rough spot. No, but that fusion that seems to be naturally to you. You were telling me Holy is the song that have Afrobeat vibe.
Holy have the Afrobeat vibe.
I want to play it now because I feel as though sometimes, as you say, unless you're doing soca, And sometimes power soak. It must be doing. I was listening to Shok that's even talking about calypso recently. Unless you're doing a rampa dampa dampa, it's like in not Trinidad. Yeah. And I feel like there's so much more space in the genre itself, but in the culture.
Yeah.
For different types of music and different fields of music.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and if it come in naturally to you, it's something I want to take a slice of it.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yes, Sistaron singing now, boy.
Who would have thought?
Push the girls up. Red lipstick makes the lips pop. If I got it and it's hot, I'ma make it drop. I think I'm ready to shoot my shot. When I hold you tonight, jam you so right. When you wake up,
it's a vibe, it's a vibe.
It's bad.
when I hold you tonight, jam you so right. When you wake up, still on your mind, still on your mind. I see you, but do you see me though? Feeling you, but do you feel me though? Here's the thing I want you to know. Boy, I'ma get with you tonight. You see me while I'm a boss that chick. Want what I want, I'ma take my pick. Bring it over here, come let me handle it. Boy, I'ma make you feel so right. See, I think you're right. And the way that you're watching me, see it in your eye. That you walk and wine on me, see, I think you're right. And it lock loaded and ready. And it's screaming for your company, baby. When I hold you tonight, jam you so right. When you wake up, still on your mind. When I hold you tonight, jam you so right. When you wake up, still on your mind, still on your mind. Some of that I want, some
Apart
of
from I
that.
want to ask you who you're singing about, doing a song very personal, but I want to, you know what I mean? Song back are real. You plan for
Listen.
somebody.
You see when you get that effect from your song, that's when you know you pen it proper. Because you know somebody gonna come out your way now.
What? Who?
Yeah.
Somebody you're planning to hold. I like it.
I think I have a hell of an imagination too, but yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I have a hell of an imagination
We'll
as well.
take your word for it.
Yeah.
We'll take your word for it.
That song was billing. It was billing for a while, so it went on avenues, and then I linked a little Cool Blaze who did this rhythm for me. I said, I have something.
Yeah, this
and
rhythm
he-
very, very bad.
Yeah, so he did this rhythm as well. So I say this song, and sometimes you have your song, you can't really give up on it. I say it still has some climbing to do. It still has airs it needs to reach to, you know. So that's what I really, really hope big time for all my music. But especially this song, I think it could just, you know, it don't have no time and thing is not
it's
a
really
soca to
timeless.
be just soca time. Is a timeless music, and that's the type of music I enjoy doing now. Even when I do soca, I like doing, you know, songs that outside of Carnival is still, you know, it's still a vibe.
The whole year definitely had a feel. That even again, you come out spitting again, and then the sweet
still
voice
some
come
of
in.
that. I want some of that.
Yeah. And they say it's not about nobody's
Bring it,
imagination. Okay, all right.
You see, everybody had to walk away feeling like it's about them, you know.
Oh, there's what's going on. All right, I understand.
When you do that, you know you address whole,
Nice, beautiful.
Yeah.
So where we headed from here? Where we headed? What's the story going from here beyond?
Listen, it's still more and more, and I want to say I'm not sure like what it is. I'm waiting to probably come and snatch me, you know. But I know what I'm giving out, right? So the energy that I'm gonna give out is this. It's more of this, you know, the different aspects of me. However I see it, however I feel it. I guess I'm gonna continue putting out music.
Right.
As much as we want to hold our head and ball sometimes.
I would imagine.
I don't want to. I'm not stopping because the songs ain't stopping coming. And as long as they come in, I'm gonna keep on heading to the studio, recording and presenting. You know, whether I'm gonna do an EP eventually or whatnot. But you're gonna always hear the different flavors of me. You're gonna get the flavors as a star on it coming through.
So you're open to it?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
I'm glad. I think the audience here for it, and the youths too, especially with the younger artists.
Yes.
I know before the interview you said sometimes you just feel like, you know, the reaching out and them things.
Yes.
I tell you something, like just from being here, salute to Affordable Imports, but just being here and meeting some of the younger artists as you're coming and going. they're well connected to what happened before them. Eh?
Yes.
And sometimes it's them who shy about reaching out because they might not have the greatest experience sometimes when they reach out to people who came before them.
Right.
You know, so sometimes they go feel good if they see a sister on in the inbox. Eh?
Yeah. No. I have there's a Deidre the rap scallion. I'm gonna call her name. I think she works with Chromatics a lot as well. And you know, we connect on just Instagram, and if I post something, she reposts it. Nice. If I see her post something, I'll repost it too. You know what I mean? And
that Nelly Cottoy link is nice too.
Nelly, nice Nelly. Oh,
she's a hell of a person. I never met her. I never met her, but she seemed like such a nice person. She's give her whole self.
Yeah.
On social media.
I gotta say, I gotta reach out even while I'm here, even though I'm leaving tomorrow. But I could always jump back in. I told her, but Nelly, it's all such a good vibe, and like I say, in order to link the two in some way, and I've been working on what it is we can, and I think I might have something, you know.
Beautiful.
But
I feel so.
I reach it. Oh yeah.
Nice. So you're open to you coming home and perform and everything when that time comes to you. Of
course. Yeah.
Because we miss you. Aussies do by raise bar. Salute to Aussie.
Yes, salute.
We see Kiskidee Karavan and we didn't see you.
If they had told me I could have run in with them earlier tickets was cheaper than Carnival.
Of course.
If they had mentioned, but you see, this is what sometimes I get frustrated too, because I think another time they did a Kiskidee, I said, I write on Instagram, you know.
Yeah,
it's hard to find me and his sister Ron. One word, I write there. Just link me and say, Ron, we doing something, you could come, sure or what? Because yes, I will come. Are you kidding? I write there in Miami.
Okay,
you know,
good.
So it's easy. I could come.
Well, Ozzy coming here soon. I'm going to talk to him about that because when General Grant came and did his catalog, it was nice, but Sistaron was missing.
Right.
Sistaron was missing.
Yes, you see.
The fans, we need to see you.
Yeah, of course. When I came last Carnival, after Carnival, Tranquil had something.
Oh, nice.
And I did. I was out there. I felt so good too.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yep.
Well, listen, we're glad to have you back. Conrad and them coming to run me out of here just now. I know the time was short. I appreciate you running through at short notice too. That was nice.
No, it's amazing that I could be here and come out and get, stuff like this done, meet up with you guys, get to chat a little bit. I like it a lot.
We'll do it more.
Yes.
Next time, plan to come to Carnival earlier.
I will. I said the whole time we have bills and thing. But next year, I'll be here probably in the January part of it.
Oh, beautiful.
November, January. I'll go on. When I'm better planning.
Good. Better planning on my part too. Because we come in Miami often. I never know you're there. So
there
next time I'm
there.
there.
You have a studio there, so
we definitely going to link
Absolutely.
up. I appreciate you coming through. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.